Experiencing problems setting up enhanced conversion tracking? There's so much conflicting advice that it's a nightmare for anyone trying to get a straight answer. But don't worry, I'll quickly show you how to make enhanced conversions work so you don't have to waste your time. I'll show you step by step with a live creation setup of a typical install. I'll talk you through how we test your setup as well. Finally, I'll provide the extra code you need to get e-commerce tracking working in WooCommerce. Shopify guys, just sit there, gloat, it's already built in for you. Before you commit your time to me, who am I? I'm John Langley. I'm the founder of Click Convert Marketing, a specialist Google Ads agency. We focus on manufacturers, high volume lead gen, and e-commerce retailers, typically importing goods. We generated over 1.5 billion in sales for our clients, so we know what it takes to scale and optimize for real growth. So let's jump in. Enhanced conversions is required by Google after January 2025. It's to help track conversions with Google Ads and Google Analytics. Why? Google is moving away from cookie tracking, partly due to privacy concerns, but really to enable it to track users across multiple devices, to circumvent Apple's privacy blocks, and to deal with the situations where users are increasingly declining cookie consent. I did say Google Ads and Analytics. Well, that's not strictly true. Google Analytics doesn't need enhanced conversion tracking, but it does improve the conversion tracking accuracy. But Google Ads doesn't really need enhanced conversion tracking either. Conversion tracking will still work, but as time goes on, it will become more inaccurate as cookie tracking disappears over the next few years. The solution found by Google is something called first-party data. They match your email, phone number, and name and address. And they're going to use your email address and phone number as a way to track you across devices. Google encrypts, hashes is a technical term, your data between Google services, but it's sent unencrypted to Google in the first place to begin the tracking. It doesn't work if you hash your data first on your website and then send it up. They use hashes such as SHA-256 to turn data like example@email.com into a mix of letters and numbers, so it provides security of data. How does it match you when you're clicking on an ad to a conversion? Well, Google attempts to match the email or other user-provided content with its own data from Google accounts. Here's how. Step 1. If you, the user, is logged into your Google account, you're in Gmail, YouTube, and while you're interacting, you click an ad, Google already has your email address in its database. Step 2. The email from the advertiser's website is sent to Google when you finally make a conversion and is then compared with that in Google's database. In step 3, if there's a match, Google knows now that you clicked this ad over here and that contributed to a conversion over here, and it allows it to attribute the conversions to the correct ad and campaign. Okay, let's jump into setting up enhanced conversion tracking with the overview. There's a very important first point first. First-party data flows from analytics to Google Ads. It doesn't go from Google Ads to analytics the way around. GA4, Google Analytics, acts as the central data hub for tracking. And there are systems we need to manage to get enhanced conversion tracking working. These are Google Ads, Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, and of course, your website. You can avoid using analytics, but you can't avoid not using the Tag Manager. The Tag Manager really extracts the data from your website, sends it to analytics, and then onto Google Ads, or it can send it directly to Google Ads. I'm not going to cover how to send data directly to Google Ads. In truth, few advertisers use the direct Google tags anymore, and using GA4 enables cross-channel tracking, and it provides greater visibility across all your sources, including organic, direct, and social. A really important point here is that the tag manager cannot just read your order or thank you page. It has to extract the user data. The data has to be either in a form or on the page in a data layer. The form approach, you could use a form with hidden inputs on the thank you page or whatever, but it's a little dated as an approach. I know many of you are going to think, hold on, the data layer, that sounds weird and complex. It's not. It's just a small snippet of JavaScript code that you can use on your web page to transmit the user details of the conversion to the tag manager. A quick example for a lead form is as follows. But as you guessed, Shopify has all this out of the box ready to go, so there's no need to panic for Shopify users. WooCommerce is a bit more complex, but I've included some instructions at the end below this video. So let's walk you through each step. First, we're going to create a tag manager variable to hold the user provided data. It's good practice to set this up first. It makes connecting everything else easier. Depending on how technical you are, we need to store the information gathered in something called a variable. Think of them as a plastic bucket, and there's a plastic bucket or a variable for the email address, there's one for your type of phone number, so on and so on. Great news, Tag Manager has an automatic approach for extracting the data, and we're going to use that. So we're in the Tag Manager first of all. So what we need to do is, as I said, the first step is to set up the variables. So we go to variables. We've got some built-in variables, but we need a user-defined variable. So we click over here, new. Comes up with an untitled and a little pencil symbol here. We click this and we scroll some way down, and we are looking for this one here called user-provided data. Not undefined value, but user-provided data. Click on this. And we've got some options. So we're first of all going to select automatic collection as we want. I usually just grab the title here, copy that, get rid of that, and I will put that as being the name. So I'm going to call this user provided data variable. That's there. Just double check it. It's on automatic. Brilliant. We do save. We've got user provided variables. We'll go to tags. And we're not going to do anything in tags yet. We're going to nip over to our Google Ads account. And if you go into goals, there's a section called settings. Click on settings and you can see we've got enhanced conversions for leads and enhanced for conversions for enhanced conversions. So we're going to do both of those. We're going to tick that. We're going to use the tag manager. Great. Do save and that. We're going to do enhanced conversions. Turn that on there. We're going to select the tag manager there and we're going to save it. Brilliant. That's us done as far as Google Ads is concerned. So what we now need to do, go back to the tag manager. Now we're in tags. Now what we need is, we need that conversion linker tag. It improves the conversion tracking. So we click new and we click on conversion, go over to Google Ads, and there's something called a conversion linker. This is the one that's going to improve the data capture and accuracy of our conversions. We click on that. I like to grab the title again, stick it there as a title. Brilliant. Okay, triggering, I want it on all pages. Brilliant. Do that set there, add it. And just checking everything, enable link, yeah, that's fine. Nothing there, so we just do save on that. Now we've got our cookie script there. The tags, we've got our Google Analytics GA4 event. So this is the one we need to go into next. You'll either have one for leads or you have one for e-commerce. But for this demo, I've just done it on leads. So we click into this. And what we can see is it gives you the option to include user-provided data from your website. And where are we going to get this data from? So we're going to get it from the variable we just created called user-provided data variable. We click on that. Brilliant. We go down there and just double check it. This collects whenever it comes to the appointment page, confirmation page. So we do save on that. We've got our variable, our tags, we've got our conversion linker, we've got a GA4 tag collecting user data. So what we now need to do is, before we go and submit it and publish this, we need to do preview. So I'm going to need to grab my test page. So I'm going to grab my test page here. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to click on preview, paste in the URL, and do connect. Connecting to the website. It should open up here. There we go. Brilliant. You can see the cookies there. So accept the cookies. Brilliant. We've got our tag assistant there. Brilliant. Let's have a quick look. Let's just click continue on that. So we're going to fill this in. I shall fill this in as John Langley. My email. Let's put that in there. John. Put that. I shall click submit on it. Got our thank you page. So we now go back on to our tag manager, and typical that, clear my cookie. We can see what tags we've had fired. So we've had the landing page cookie script fired, the Google GA4 tags, the conversion events client, and the link fired. So what's interesting here, if we go over to variables and we look on data layer, we can see that it has captured the John clickconvertmarketing.com, my name. So it's captured that data, and if you can look at different bits on here to see where it is, and it will show you the variables, the bits and pieces. So we can go down here and you can see user provide. So once the DOM or the page is ready, you can see that it's used the data layer here to extract my information, and it has then got that it's then put that into the user provided data variable. There it is, and that will be sending that across over to the tag manager. So that's all great. Everything's fine on that, so we don't need that anymore. So we'll stop debugging. We know it's fine. Then all we'll do is we will click on submit, and we'll put in the title, say enhanced conversion tracking, and then we publish it. Things like no one's listening. We're done. And that's it. We are now done and dusted. If you're not using Shopify and the data is not in a form, you will need to use a data layer. Here's an example below the video that you can use. Just give it to your developer. All you need to do is just replace the email address shown in there with something that you dynamically get from PHP. If you're not receiving the e-commerce sales data in the analytics, I'd ensure you have in Europe and California your cookie banner set up correctly. I recommend using cookie script. A lot of cookie tracking issues now come from cookie banner issues. There's a link below. As always, please subscribe, like, and comment. If you need any help from the team at Click Convert Marketing, we're always available to you here. We'll jump on, do a review with you. See you next time, guys. Bye.